If you should ask me who boss Renaissance really, I would say it's Rory. Spragga a Renaissance DJ. Yeah. No boy can ramp it with Spragga. The thing with Spragga, you know, is an actual friend. Kill a real general, long time.
Stonelove is the one that brought you the House of Leo, sent you guys to the world and stuff. What led up to that? How you guys were playing so much, and then why did it just stop that time?
Alright, so basically, that's when it hit the fan. Because it was going around that.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today we have a special guest live inside of the studio. Listen, it took a while to work on getting him here. A matter of fact, it was years, but I know today's conversation is going to be worth it because, you know, we have in the building today, we have Jazzy T from Renaissance in the building today. What's going on, big boss?
Respect, Muscle. Yeah, man, long time.
All the
long awaiting, you know?
Come on, bro. Somebody like you that I've seen do so much amazing work, and Renaissance is one of my favorite songs too. You know what I mean? In my mind, I feel like, because I was selling cassettes back in the 90s and stuff, I feel like I helped push Renaissance to a level because I liked what you guys were really bringing to the table.
Of course. You sell cassettes.
Yeah, man. That's how I got into the business.
And you see, we have to love and respect that because, you know what I mean, cassette days was like the real, I would say the real push through.
Yeah.
That put us to the world, and you understand?
It was, we were the internet before the internet.
Yeah,
you understand?
Course,
you had to come link the cassette man them to find out what's going on.
Cassette man them play an important role from all over the world.
Yeah.
Even in Jamaica, you had Ninja Jones, you had, you know, Holy Jack Sower.
Yeah, man.
And back in the days, New York, you had Bentley, you had
Dan Lou,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Toronto, Muscle, and, you know,
Good. On this podcast, we like to take it right from the beginning and then bring it right up to 2024. Jamaica, what part of Jamaica did you grow up in and where you born in?
I was born in Kingston, Jamaica, and at a young age, it was living in Portmore with parents, and then we moved to actual Kingston. Mm-hmm. So my youthhood was mostly in the Mona area. Mona, Papine, Legani, in those areas there. So,
which is more considered uptown Jamaica?
Well, in some sense, yeah. You can say that, yeah.
Yeah. So originally it was Portmore.
Yeah, when I was young, Portmore. My parents lived in Portmore first. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting. So, I didn't know that. I always thought it was uptown first, and that was it. I didn't know that there was somewhere before there.
Yeah, I mean, at a young age, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, we used to be in Portmore. That I personally don't even remember.
You don't even remember?
No, but I just know I was Portmore, there, you know?
For sure. Definitely. Yeah. And you have, besides, I know Kareem, DJ Kareem's your brother. Yes, you have any other siblings?
Yeah, I got one more sibling, Johans. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Johans is the youngest one, and Kareem is the second. I'm the first.
Okay, so boss in charge.
Not really, but you know, we just do it.
Yeah. And growing up there, what did you think you were going to get into? What did you want to get into? Like engineer, policeman, officer? What did you want to become?
Boy, that one there was a whole heap of options at the time.
Yeah.
And remember those young age, it was like you would see somebody and be like, yo, I want to be like that. Or even simple thing as a bus driver.
For sure.
You'd be like, yo, I drive a bus, you know. You know what I mean? And you think about pilot. Mm-hmm. So, but my main thing was I always wanted to be a pilot. Weird, you know?
Yeah, pilot.
Weird, but yeah, man, I don't know. But I was like 7 years old, 8 years old, going through that, you know, phase.
Trying to figure out what Jazzy T wants to.
Correct. And, you know, so pilot was the thing.
It was a thing there.
It was the thing first.
So when did music enter your life? Or when did you decide, when did you notice music? Like, I like this thing here.
Well, I won't tell you, actually, from a part that I didn't know was when I was at the same young age, my mom was living in Toronto. Yeah, it's weird, right? So she was coming to school here.
Yeah.
So she brought me along. I just lived there for 1 year with her.
Yeah.
Going to she was doing school here. So I lived there. So when she came here, she used to buy records for my dad. My dad was a big influence on music. If you know about Matterhorn, he was with the Matterhorn crew at the time. He used to par with Winston Blake. And yeah, so my father's a big record collector. He wasn't a DJ or anything, but he was a very big record collector. So, as I said, the part that I don't know about was my mom came and used to buy records for dad here in Toronto. And I actually took up one of the records and actually so my attraction to music was 2 years old at that, holding the records that was just bought. And I even have pictures of that, like holding the record and being like, yeah. And then we went back to Jamaica. I still don't know what's going on. I'm now 3 years old, whatever. But for me personally, when it really hit me was I had a next door neighbor. His name is Super Don. He was on RJR. If anybody know about Super Don.
Yeah.
Right? So we're talking about 86 now, 85 now. And as I said, my father was a big music collector, so records were always in the house. And so Super Don used to be on the radio. So what I used to do is, I used to just, he was my biggest influence into the music.
And remember, he's close by, so you're
right next door.
And he's right here.
Right next door. So Super Don now used to play music loud in his house. With the records too, play them loud. And then on the other block in the same scheme was a video club with cassettes. Yeah. Now the owner of that video club is Mike Query. I don't know if anybody know Mike Query, but he's big in Jamaica, as in terms of he has a big ticketing company now and stuff like that. But he started out with a video club in my complex. And then what I used to do, Mike Query is the first one that gave me a turntable.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he saw how I loved music and
the interest in it.
Right. So he bought me my first Techniques. It was a belt drive Technique, so it wasn't even the direct drive.
Yeah.
Right?
No pitch and all of that there.
It had pitch in it, but the pitch was like a spin button thing.
I know the circle one where at the bottom there.
It was a weird thing, but I was so happy for that. And then what I used to, now I have one turntable, right? So what I used to do is, my father lived in New York at the time now, by this. So he used to get records for me and send them down. And I had another set of neighbors again. We used to run, that scheme was a music scheme.
Okay, you could tell.
We had two top basketball players that used to go to JC.
Yeah.
Dwayne Cunningham, right? And Van Cunningham, Jr. and Dwayne. Those two are big cassette collectors. Like dances and all of them things there. So big up Grotto and Dwayne. We call them Grotto. Dwayne. Jr. and Dwayne, big up, because they were a big influence to me too as well. Getting into learning about sound system and cassettes, listening to all those cassettes. So we're going to 87 now, you know. So Dwayne now and Junior, they used to be yo, this cassette thing, and I used to listen to cassettes. So what I started doing was using one record, record it to the cassette, because I only have one turntable. So I used to use a record to the cassette, and then I got a little mixer. So I used to play one song from the cassette and use the record and mix in the next song, and then have the cassette on cue and try and mix the next one, and then use a turntable and mix again. So it was a cassette and a turntable. So my cassette deck was actually a turntable for me.
That's how you're using it, yeah.
Yeah, because, and that's how I got real, crazy with it. And then eventually I had to get another turntable.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember how I got the second one, but it was a black. I can never forget it. It was a black Sharp, a Sharp belt drive again.
Yeah.
So
two belt drive.
Yeah, two belt drive. So I started mixing on two belt drive where you have to like and go like this, and you have to, and if you touch it, the belt go and hold it tight, and you can't.
You have to know how to almost finesse it into playing.
Correct. So I learned DJing off a two belt drive.
That's crazy.
And then, as I said, you know, my scheme was like a music scheme. You know, everybody, you know, musically inclined. Super Don now was on RJR, and he had like the #1 Saturday night show, and so Hurricane Gilbert came when 88, I think. Yeah, 88, right. So during Gilbert, you know, everybody had to like clutch on because it was a bad hurricane. But for some reason, this is what kick off everything now. Super Don still had to do his radio show. So he was one of those who had like passes to drive on the road, and because you couldn't drive on the road.
Yeah.
Everything was stopped. So he was called essential.
An essential worker.
At that time, right. So remember now we have no internet, no nothing like that in those days was, I remember Super Dan having a pager.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had nothing. So I was like, yo, come to the radio station with me, RJR. Come forward. And I'm like, and my mom was like, really? It's the road's blocked, whatever. Went down there with him, and I just watched the vibe. And he had his collection. He has, you know, he's big radio man.
Yeah.
And then we're there and watching him. Those faders at the station was up and down.
There wasn't the crossfade.
No, there was no cross thing. And I remember being in RJR studio for the first time. It was like heaven. Like this is what I want. This is it. And the happiest moment for me in my life is when he said, yo, mix two tune.
Okay, so
like,
he had just brought you to make you see what was going on because he saw that you were interested?
Right. And he knew that I was, you know, I was collecting records and stuff like that. And, you know, because going to school, all my lunch money was records, you know.
Yeah.
Every single dollar of my lunch money was records. I used to walk from Arden to Half-a-Tree, Aquarius, every single day, right? Till like even Mr. Chinloy, who was the owner of Aquarius, like got to know me personally for being in his shop. Like, to be honest, like some days I would like skull school to just be at Aquarius early to get the early batch of records. Because on a Friday evening when the records come there, it done fast.
Especially enough big songs and all this. Who are you to come get any?
Right. So I had to like skull school a couple of days and just be like, yo, record shopping to catch the, you know. And then, so that was my thing. Like, you know, you do bad for good.
Understand.
You understand? Yeah. So it's like that became my passion now, where you know, music collecting, and it just got the best of me. You know, just fall in love with it.
And then Super Dan. Now you were in RJR, and Super Dan said, "Yo, mix two tune."
Yeah, man.
And like this is like the whole world.
Yeah,
up
man.
to you
This was like the big moment now, where really, and nervousness kicking, and at one point I was like, you know. And then worked myself in, and then he started to carry me there like every other Saturday night. But my mom was like, yo, we have to ease off now, schoolwork have to finish, and you know. I remember my mother having a big meeting with Super Dan, because it got to a point where like it just every Saturday night now I am at RJR. Because even same Saturday night there was a disco show on Fame FM with, I don't know if anybody would know, but who would know. Hall Plumber, original Hall Plumber, and you had Francois and stuff like that over Fame. And so Super Don introduced me to Hull Plumber and said, yo, check out this kid, Ray. So Hull Plumber was like, yo, come in, rest in peace, Hull and Francois. And then, because mostly, back then, I used to, how I learned to DJ really was off, with those belt drive, was off disco.
Disco?
We used to play, it's pure disco. I used to pump up the volume, and Pump Up the Volume was one of my first 12 inches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pump Up the Volume. Yeah, them,
So you weren't buying dancehall, you were buying disco back then?
Actually, dancehall was kind of limited to me in the 80s,
Okay.
I'm saying, right? Because when I started to go to Arden now, that's when I started to get into the dancehall world now. Mm-hmm. But with Super Dan, he was the dancer. I was doing everything, but for me as a collection, was mostly disco at the time.
Yeah.
You have one and two dancehall and thing, but it was disco in them time. And then we used to love buying the 12 inches and Hull Plumber show was a disco show.
So you fit in.
Right in. Yeah. So it's a lot of memories that, it's very unforgettable to me.
And did you have a DJ name back then, or you were just a kid going to the studio?
No, actually, so back in those days when my father was a big jazz collector too. Mm-hmm. Jazz music was his thing. Yeah. Jazz and Otis Redding and Miles Davis.
And those.
Miles Davis took Stone Dog.
Yeah.
You understand? So those records, actually, I got inclined to them. So nobody can, my music knowledge is very, 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 very serious when it comes to that, just growing up with Dad and his collection. Mm-hmm. So you talk about jazz, you talk about all kind of different kind of jazz and stuff. So with that said, I named myself DJ Tariq.
That was the original.
Yeah, first DJ Tariq. Mm-hmm. But because of my actual knowledge in the older school time and the jazz, I was a big jazz fan. Mm-hmm. So it actually came down to where, from when I was telling you about back in the, when my mom used to buy the record.
The records.
Right? Every record I would take up was a jazz record. So they be calling me Jazzy from young, but I wanted to name DJ Tariq. But it's always jazz, because every record was a
jazz.
Right. So, and I keep pushing the DJ Tariq, man. DJ Tariq, yeah, that's my name. Mm-hmm. But then it fall into nowhere, playing on the disco show there, and still DJ Tariq, but then we started a sound crew, me and some guys from Woolmers, and our crew, and Mona crew. We started a sound crew called, at the time, it was two sounds. Yeah. It was Adagio with Akindele, He was younger, but he went to Woolmers with my brother. And so he did a song. It's a couple, and then you had Adagio, and then the Mona side of things now was Infinity, which was me, Dr. Dre, who was on Renaissance too, who is on Renaissance. We was on Infinity, Dr. Dre, Grummy D, Slick Chris, rest in peace, Slick Chris family, and Bobby Chin.
Bobby,
Black Chinese,
You guys, so the song was Infinity.
Because Bobby Chin lived in Mona too. Mm. So it was all a Mona thing, so Infinity Sound. Yeah. So the owner of Infinity, all right, basically, boy, this is some real story. So the owner of Infinity was, what's his name, man? It was this Chinese guy, I can't remember his name at all. But anyway, Infinity had an owner, right? And he had a bunch of equipment. I never really know what to do with it, And he actually came to Dre, I think it was Dre, Dr. Dre, and Slick Chris and Grummy D, take over the sound. Grummy D was like the vibes. Chris and Grummy D was like the vibes man them.
Yeah.
And Infinity, you know. And no boy couldn't test me. You know, uptown gangster thing. But yeah, so Infinity now, yeah, so the owner used to just leave the sound with us. Mm-hmm. And we just play Sweet 16 and whole heap of Sweet 16s and all over the place, and then we used to clash too.
You were clashing back
Yeah, man, because Grummy D and Bobby Chin was very close to Roundhead at the time.
And
so
Roundhead, Poppin and Tavern, that's just down the road there.
Right. So the whole link right there. So Roundhead was all in at the dub box.
Yeah.
At the time. It was pure Roundhead. Roundhead was Stone Dog, you know? And, you know, at the time, Terror Fabulous was just coming out, too. Mm-hmm. Like, just coming out, you know? So we just have a little dub call. Nothing big, you know? Nothing major. Probably like a 5-6 dub plate, you know? Something. Mm-hmm. But it was mostly, like, was a crew sound, you know? So that's, we had that crew too as well, while still going to school too as, you know? And thing. At this time, by this time, we're up at UE now. Mm-hmm. So that we still, you know, in the area and thing. And yeah, there was Mona crew, Infinity. Mm-hmm. And then Adagio was a system from the other side of Mona, which was Hope Pastures, which was Hicklin now, had a bunch of equipment too. And, you know, you're just trying to figure out your way through. And so me and Hicklin did link up for a period of time. And then you had another crew now who called Ailsham. You know Ailsham in Jamaica?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, uptown thing that. Mm-hmm. So Ailsham now was another system with touching and, you know. And then being on, one day I remember clearly now where, this is like 91, 92 now, yeah. Mm-hmm. Where I was still doing the radio with.
Well, you're still doing radio?
Yeah, man. Like, we're just touching on Saturday nights with Hull Plumber and thing. And then I got a phone call from Delano in the radio station.
Yeah.
I didn't know Delano at the time. And Renaissance at that time was not Renaissance yet. I mean, Renaissance started 89, but at that time, I think Delano was doing a system called Above Suspicion. Yeah, different from Renaissance. Because Renaissance never bust yet. Yeah. And, you know, Delano used to be just doing him thing, whatever. So we're in the studio and I'll never forget, Rasman Brown came to me and be like, yo, somebody want to talk to you. Because Delano was more popular than me at the time because he used to, in the disco world too as well.
Even though you're on the radio?
Yeah, I wasn't on radio major, you know. I was always a guest. So Delano used to do the same show too as well.
Okay.
Yeah, him and, I don't know if you ever heard about Mutt and Jeff.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, Mutt and Jeff, and then you had Ian from Rock Club, right? And then you have Ian from Roadstar.
Roadstar, yes, man.
Yeah, man, and you had, so all these, remember Ian was a disco youth too, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, man, but he used to play Roadstar. And
yes.
Ian used to play everything. So all these guys were on the Hull Plumber show too. So I would fit in on Hull Plumber when Hull Plumber can't get the big stars. He would just call me and say, hey, DJ Tarek, come in.
Yeah.
You know?
Because this time you still didn't change your name to Jazzy T yet.
Nah, them forcing it on me, but nah. Yeah. Never, right. So, get the call now. Delano call in the studio and say, yo, we need to link up. Because actually him here and love what I'm hearing. So I'm saying, all right, cool. We'll link up. But as I tell you, them days we never had no cell phone or it's pager. Straight paging. So how the pager thing used to work again, used to have like it was a number or
it was a number where they would
it's like a code.
They would put in a number that you would have to call back whenever you could get to a pay phone or a home or something.
Yeah. So that was the connection there. And then link up with Delano now, and remember at this time now, Infinity and all of that still going on. So, Dr. Dre now, eventually, when me and Delano did link up, Dr. Dre and Delano had already linked up.
Okay.
Apparently. So I already knew who Delano was, but he didn't know who I was. You know what I mean? So Dre now went on Renaissance, and then him and Delano start playing at the Ochi events and some stuff. So wicked combination. That was like Renaissance's ID combination.
Yeah,
for years.
Dre,
Dr. Dre and Delano.
Dre and Delano. Yes,
you understand? That was like the top. And then Dre took a break from Renaissance and went on Stonelove for 1 week. Yeah. Went on Stonelove for 1 week because there was a dance with Renaissance and Stonelove, and we almost calling Dre, and then figuring out for a week, and then Dre realized, say, yo, this is not him. Him love the Renaissance. Yeah, you understand? So that was that. And then I used to just, me, Slick Chris, Grummedy, you know, the Infinity Crew, all of we know, used to just par with Dre. Used to par with Dre and go down Renaissance bass and, you know, fool around until eventually we're on the sound.
Yeah. What year would you say it almost seems like the Infinity Crew almost amalgamated into the Renaissance crew.
Yes, that's what exactly what happened. The Mona crew with joined it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So
what year was that there?
You're talking about 90 ending 91 into 92.
So okay, so then this is
so everything, all of this I'm talking about happening like is happening at one time. The radio, this, that, Super Dan, you know, in the one space at time, right? So.
Because if you're saying you got there around 91, 92, and Renaissance was formed 89, you're basically there from the beginning almost.
Right. Yeah, basically. Because when Renaissance started 89, as I said, it wasn't an established big sound.
Yeah, it's just when they start. That's when we started.
That's when it started. And Renaissance started in Spanish Town. Yeah. So, in the 89 was Devon, Delano, and then Delano was, actually Avery was Devon's wife. So, she's the one who actually, she's the actual owner of Renaissance. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lady. A lot of people don't know that, but it's a lady, it's an actual owner
of Renaissance.
Until, you know, Delano transition and then become, But in the beginning, very beginning, it was that. And Delano is from Vineyard Town, you know. So the Vineyard Town, Spanish Town link, and then, you know, that was the beginning of Renaissance. But it wasn't anything crazy.
At that time, it was just, this is the starting point.
Yeah, there's just a starting point, and, you know. So Robert, Leslie, Devon, who else? Marlon, all of these guys were like their crew that start. Just like how we had the Infinity.
Yeah.
And that was
the original Renaissance crew.
Yeah.
Got you.
From beginning. So, yeah, man.
So when you got over there now, because remember, I'm still trying to figure out what your name. Did you change your name when you got to Renaissance?
Eventually, no. What happened is now, the DJ Tarek thing wouldn't work on the Renaissance. Because if you listen to one of Renaissance first Bounty Killer dubs, you hear Bounty say, Tarek. Yeah. And say, Lord of Mercy, with the old Bounty voice.
Yeah.
Him wouldn't say Jazzy T, you would hear him say, Tarek. DJ Tarek. So, but after that now, it's actually Bounty dub that make me say, yo, man, go to the Jazzy T.
Yeah.
And so that's how the Jazzy T came up. Those days, name changing never even matter. You know what I mean?
Well, so, to a level, because you weren't this huge Jazzy T as we know you right now.
Right.
So for you to have a different
And
name,
as I said, they've been calling me Jazzy from kid.
It's just for you now to accept it and say, this is who I am.
Right. So So that was the starting point of everything now. And so, on Renaissance now, and day to day, go through working. And, you know, it was so much fun just to be, you know. And then at that time, I was up going to UA at the time too as well. Yeah.
So you guys were still in school at these times when you guys were building the sound here, no?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
School still a go on.
Because I remember earlier you said that your mom had a meeting with Super Dan and say, yo, you're what? No.
Yeah, man.
Radio was cool, but school.
In between all of those times, multiple times, my records would get taken away and be like, yo, school. You know, so it wasn't an easy road. You know, because my mom was very strict with the schoolwork business.
She came to Canada for school, so clearly if you're in Jamaica, she's going to make sure you go to school. So she came to Canada for school and brought me to Canada for school. So she's very, very serious on that, and she's a high believer in God. So I was brought up in a Christian home, fully. Like, the way it is, I can't curse bad word in front of my mother. None at all. I can't. That's the type of home we're brought up in. We eat, we close our knife and forks, and, you know, and then we call her friends auntie. All of her friends is auntie. Auntie this and uncle that.
Everything.
Yeah.
You know, so I was brought up in that kind of home where you go to church. And mark you, even though all of this is going on, I was on the altar. Yeah, I was in Cub Scouts. I was active in church. Yeah, man.
While you're playing sound.
While we're doing the music, playing sound, in those early days.
That's what.
Yeah, man. I was altar boy.
Yeah.
At the time.
What were you taking at UE at that time there?
Pardon?
What were you taking at UE when you were there?
Actually, so because of the whole high school situation, I went to UE undergrad to finish my finals in the high school level. Because, you know, back then, education was like, all right, so you never get to finish high school the way how you're supposed to. So UE had an undergrad section. So that's what I was at UE finishing my thing. Cause my mother insists. Yeah. Because the music took the best of me, so it's like, yo. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man.
100%.
Yeah, so that's the type of home I was brought up in, fully Christian home.
You had to go on the road to go hear this dance hall and this hip hop and all of these things here.
So hence, that's why a lot of my thing in the beginning was mostly disco, because dance hall was, my mother used to be like, yo, dance hall.
I get it.
You know, until eventually,
yeah,
she ended up have to accept it, you know.
It is what it is.
And she ended up liking some of them, but not, you know, certain things I play in the house. I can't play certain things in the house. That's why when we used to go to Mona, that's the crew, they have a crew and we do mixing tapes and, you understand? Yeah.
From then. So you say early Renaissance in Lincoln, but you mentioned that Dr. Dre went to Stonelove for a week and then came back.
1 week.
So Renaissance was linking with Stonelove from early then?
Okay, actually, no. Because they weren't linking, they were listening out. What happened is, like, in Ocho Rios, there was this big weekend. I don't remember what the name of it was, but everybody used to go to Ocho for independence, right? And then you had an event at Ruins. That was the biggest thing every year. 92, 93, them time, 91. Ruins was the thing. Because they had a big DJ from Miami called Waggy T.
Of course.
Biggest.
Big up Waggy T. Yes, man.
Man.
You know what I mean?
You understand? So Waggy T, used to fly down every independence. So Delano, Renaissance would be on that bill too, as well. As, the Uptown, whatever sound. And then Stonelove was on one too. So that's how I think people get to hear Dre and be like, because Dre used to imitate Rory,
Of course, Dre
Yeah, man,
was Dre was super smooth.
Yeah, man, Dre was a smooth one.
As the story goes down, we're gonna see where the transition between Dr. Dre and Jazzy T came, because I think I have an idea, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Right. So yeah, man, Dre used to imitate Rory hard, and you know, and then Weepo page Dre and be like, yo, try, because I think what Weepo was trying was like what Bass Odyssey is doing now. Like everybody on Bass Odyssey have similar style of playing, similar sound, similar way up. It's like so Stonelove was like that. Stonelove was like, you need, because even Billy Slaughter was like Rory too, like, so see that. It was like, yeah, we're, you know.
So you have a sound.
Dre, right.
Everybody
so Dre,
has a sound.
Dre had that sound 100%. You know, Dre was like, yo, smooth. So he went to Stonelove for a week. And it never really worked, you know?
So it was over at Ruins where Renaissance with Power Scene and everything.
I think that was it, yeah. Because Renaissance and Stonelove wasn't linking at that time.
They weren't linking.
No.
So then when did the link actually start? Because me personally, that's how I was introduced to Renaissance.
All right,
was via those Stonelove dances.
Right. So at that time now, Rory now and Delano, because Rory used to travel every week. He must have traveled on Stonelove. So when you see Rory in Jamaica, it's like, you know. So Rory and Delano became close friends. You know, brethren and thing, and Rory used to come check Delano for, because what Delano used to do, you know, he used to have a track, multi-tracker. And he used to do live remixes and, you know, mix over this and mix over that. So Rory used to come to Delano for like remixes. And then Rory would go to London and say, yo, Stonelove first play this and don't even mention nothing about Delano.
Yeah.
You know? I remember one remix in particular, the Natural Mystic with Murderer Barrington Levy and Bojo.
Yes. This is like 93-ish around.
Yeah, around, yeah. Yeah, 93, yeah. Delano did that remix, right? And Rory, I would never forget this day. I was at the house.
Yeah.
Rory had a big dance in London or something, I remember. And no, wrong. Delano did some remixes for Rory, and then Rory came back and invite Renaissance to House of Leo. And it was one Thursday where, yo, you should come through and play down there. Mark it, them time that me young on the sound, so it's Delano and Dre going to go. So Rory invite to House of Leo, and you know, the whole crew roll. You know, all the way roll, go down there. So me, Grummy D, Chris, we all our corner, and you know, God, this is the big dance hall now.
Stonelove, House of Leo, boss?
Yeah, man. So Renaissance now, man. And then, so Delano and Dre start play. And, you know, going at the hip-hop. And Renaissance had a lot of remixes on hip-hop. Because we never used to have dub plates.
Yeah.
You know? Dub plates wasn't our thing. What we used to do is do the remixes and cut them on plate.
Got you. So then that was your way in the business. You probably didn't really have the money to buy the dubs.
Right.
So we're going to do some remix and try figure it out from here.
Right. That's what we used to do. So we used to have a few little dubs, you know, like, as I said, Bounty. We used to get a one Bounty, and then we get a one Dirtsman. You know, we used to get, you know, we have a couple dub, Barry Brown, but we never ever got to play that because it wasn't, we were more like on the party song, but we have Barry Brown.
You needed to have those things in your box if you're going to be a song.
It was like Delano would go some places and offer respect, a man would say, yo, you need a Barry Brown, you know, cut a Barry. Them days it was like, cut a Barry Brown, man. You don't know who the hell Barry Brown is. I mean, okay, cool. Yeah. You know Barry Brown, big song, cut it. Yeah. But dub wasn't like a top priority.
Yeah.
Dub plate wasn't a priority. Like now. So that most of what we used to do, we used to have a Caperton and here comes the hot stepper. Light Up the Chalice Record remix, right? Like remix, and then you had Buccaneer now used to live down the road from where Renaissance Base was. Or I think it's a girl in Music Check or something down
Some link.
Right. So we had a whole heap of Buccaneer and hip hop rhythms, like as dubs.
Yeah.
So, even Cabra, when we used to, Cabra and Delano was really close. As I said, the Spanish Town link them time there, So, if you hear those Cabra dubs, it's like you wonder, is this really Cabra? Because them days Cabra used to be like, me look, me say, really.
The Ninja Man style.
Yes, the Ninja, them days, right.
Like Ninja. Yeah, man.
Right, so a lot of women used to follow Renaissance, girl sound. So all the DJs used to be like, come, like Cabra, everybody, Shaggy too. In them early days, man.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean, come through and then, cause it was a girl song. We were like the only uptown song that was playing uptown. Sweet 16s and and not popular yet.
Yeah.
So as I say, we never really focused on no dub plate because we didn't really, that wasn't the vibe at the time. So at Hostel now, whole heap of them hip-hop remixes and people, I wonder, what the hell is this?
Because that's still so
like,
early
what?
in the game.
Like, I'm there and I'm like saying, these people don't know these, And then I remember the Super Cat, Ghetto Red Hot, the remix, the hip-hop version, Delano played it that night there. And that was like, but that was a release remix.
Yes,
a lot of people don't know.
Thing did Bobby Condors and Salam Remy.
Right.
They're the ones that did that one.
Right. But in Hustle, it was like, what is that? Sometimes I'm back and someone, yo! And that, and it just create like a KRS One, the Jam Shabba. Them did,
Yeah.
I mean, man, people couldn't understand what was going on,
Yeah.
And then it was like so crazy. And then I remember when Delano dropped the Natural Mystic remix. That took the whole place, shot fire, all kind of thing. Yeah, because the remix go, like it's like the Bob Marley gonna be playing, But yeah, murder up, boom, 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 murder. People was like, no, and then you hear Bujo, murderer, blood is on your, bro.
That's done.
Shot. Yo, that's mash up. That's when the whole thing started with
Renaissance
with Rory and Delano first.
Oh,
yeah.
Got you.
As I said, Delano knew Rory before, but this is when it get closer now. I'm going to tell you this. So, after that night at House, the whole street's talking about this sound that come on there, and it's everywhere, and then the cassette man, yo. Because apparently, it was a regular Hostelio night, so it's not every cassette man was there. It's Jack Sour was the one that was there. And I remember him had to duplicate that cassette to give that a one, them and with just that, with that Hostelio night. And Rory had a big dance like the weekend after that. And I remember Rory coming to the house and asking Delano for that remix, and Delano was saying it's only dub plated on because the remix, it run from a cassette and it cut to the plate.
Because those times there's no CD yet.
No, there was no CD, no, not like that. So we had to go to Dynamic Sounds and cut it on plate, and then we used to cut at Arrows too, if you have, Yeah, so he came in and he asked for the remix. And Delano says, it's only the plate it on. I can't. No, man, yo, I'm going on in London now. And he got, Rory got angry. Anyway, yo, big up Rory, cause this is history. Rory, cause you see Rory's is family, you know.
100%.
You understand? We're just giving stories, you know. It's not Rory's is this was something that just made it so crazy, you know. So Rory was like, yo, I have to have that remix, yo. And I remember clearly, I'll never forget this. Rory went upstairs while we downstairs still. Rory went upstairs and went into the dub box and going to. We never see him. Nobody saw him. I mean, at that time, him just reach up there. We don't know how him reach up there. And Rory catch the dub. We don't know how him know. Delano must label it.
Yeah.
Whatever. And catch the plate. And I put it on empty and I walk through the door. Yo, when I'm walking through the door, I saw you see Delano. Yo! And then we're like, yo, and run through and drive out. Yo.
Gone with the remix.
Gone with the remix.
Wow.
On the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That was one moment we'll never forget. And, you know, that is what really bust Renaissance. Because Rory went to England with that remix. And him bust it and say, one youth at Jamaica do that, one youth at Jamaica, something like that. Him now call Renaissance name.
Yeah.
One youth do that remix and, you know, Stonelove alone. And bust the remix. So, those are moments you give thanks for, you know. Although at the time it was, yo.
Yeah. You feel like this is our thing.
Yeah, it's still work out for the better. So big up to Rory. So if you should ask me who boss Renaissance really, I would say is Rory.
Rory via Stonelove.
Via Stonelove, yeah. Stonelove.
Yeah.
But Rory was the one who was friends with Delano, and then that remix came up and, you know, Invitation to Australia Ray. That's what introduced Renaissance to the dance.
And this was before the actual, so okay, you have that one there, because I used to remember hearing Stonelove play that a lot. But then now, this was now the Bounty remix, the Nitro remix.
After.
That came right after this one here.
Like, no, a good while after.
It was a good while after.
Not really a good, well, I would say a year, probably a year and a half after. Because that Bounty remix came 95.
Yeah.
Ending in 94, 95.
So if we're on the 93-ish, the other one, so that would be in that zone there.
Right. So with that said now, we're getting a lot of cars now and, you know, enough things going on. And then the Nitro remix now came in where Delano did the remix Nitro then. I'm trying to remember now what year did the eye situation happen? Because
I remember he told me to.
Yeah, so what happened is Delano had to leave Jamaica for a year. So that's when we had to step up.
So, but it was still Dr. Dre was the MC.
Dr. Dre was still the MC.
The leading MC.
The leading MC, yeah. And so the Nitro remix came when Delano came back. I kind of trying to recall that the remix, that exact remix time, and so I think that the item happened a little after that Matterhorn Mystic remix, where accident happened and stuff like that, and he had to go to Miami to do surgery and, you know, stuff like that in his eye, and he could not function. You know, it was really a bad thing. But so that year now, I think it was 94 into 95. Dre, I had to step up. Because on the sound now, I had to step up, and then Master Lee, who was on Travelers, after Renaissance he joined Travelers. But no, Master Lee has his own song, Code Red. Master Lee's Code Red. Master Lee used to be on Renaissance. You know, as I said, so much things happening at the time. Master Lee was Mona too.
Yes.
You understand? So when that item happened with Delano, that Master Lee coming, because we needed a strong crew, because now that date's coming in crazy. We run Huey, Taylor Hall, Chancellor Hall,
Listen,
Seco, we run.
Big dances that kept up there, boss.
We was the top of Huey now.
Yeah.
You understand? So we had to get in like a whole crew. Master Lee came in now and you know, start doing thing and then then Pepsi. You know, that's when a whole full crew start joining up now. Pepsi, Oxtail.
Yeah. Listen, I will never there's certain names I'll never forget on Renaissance.
Right.
Pepsi, Oxtail, Dutty, Jazzy T.
Right.
These people here, you guys just had a different, and then you see the man with the eye patch.
Right.
This crew's
so,
different.
Right. So yeah, you just made the point now. So Delano, I think happened before. So when Delano came back to Jamaica, that remix, the Nitro remix, was the thing. And then after that, he did one for East Coast with Beanie and Bounty, with Magdalene and Wicked Bun them, and that rhythm.
Yes.
Right? And then he did Dancehall Queen remix, and then all that start blowing up, and then now here comes a lot of dubs. Start coming. Spragga Benz now. When we mentioned earlier days from before, Spragga Benz is really our DJ.
Okay, from those times there.
From them time, because Spragga and Avery went to school together, Camperdown, right? And Spragga always been around us from beginning, because even with Dan Youth, when Dan Youth rise up now, and Dan Youth was the uptown DJ, the other son named HMV too as well.
Yes.
The other son named HMV, who came in that same bracket of the 91, 92, 93, on the party scene, So you had, it's hard to give detail of how everything, but yeah. So HMV now and Renaissance was like the top uptown now. And Dan Youth used to par with HMV too. And Spragga now starts par with Dan Youth. But Spragga was always Renaissance from before him bus. Because him and Avery was going to school, yeah. So Spragga was a part of that whole thing from day one. Up to now, Spragga a Renaissance DJ. Yeah. No boy can ramp it with Spragga.
We're gonna talk about that again later on in the conversation. Yeah. I got a question, but we'll talk about that part.
Yeah. So with the Nitro mix now, Bounty Killer, who is our DJ too as well. Bounty, this is because of Bounty dub that we had from before, We never really knew Bounty. Okay. He was just a boss, and it was Dr. Marshall who worked at Anchor. Got a Bounty Killer for us. Yeah, big up Dr. Marshall, He got our first Bounty. So we never know Bounty at the time, whatever. So when we got those Bounty, if you notice in the remix, you hear, I just got a big up one called Delano. It's from the first set of Bounty dubs that we didn't know Bounty at the time.
God, you're being smart. You're just taking intros, putting it into...
Right. So now, at this point now, we got approach from Bulby. Bulby, Sly and Robbie, and Ray. And Bulby was with brethren from them times too, But when the remix was done, the remix is actually on Fed Up Rhythm.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Let me just sip of water, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And Bulby come check we. And the remix got so hot in the streets, boy. It was so crazy that Bulby said, yo, we have to release this.
As an official 45, because I remember that's how all the soul man and DJs got that. We bought that on a 45 bus.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So it had to release as an official 45. When I said tearing up everywhere, we got, like every week was Stonelove Renaissance. Maritime, RAS, this is 95, you know. Every weekend, Stonelove Renaissance, Paradise Cove, blam, 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 right through. So, you know, at the time now, fed up with him, so we went down to mixing lab. So at this point, Bounty is now in the transition from jammies to mixing, like that transition there, hot wax rhythm, blah, 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 right? So Bounty, we got introduced to Bounty right there at Mixing Lab. Remember now, this is the hottest remix out. Like, nobody never understand it. It was just the maddest thing. Chop, let me do it.
You got to remember, there was scratching all of this. That was a foreign concept.
Correct.
The dance hall being played that way there.
Right. So now, Bounty, we got introduced to Bounty, and Bounty like, yo, you mad. So I remember, I would never forget this. Elephant Man was there. Them time that it was Scare Them Crew. Young Scare Them Crew. Young. And I remember we were like, Bulby, would I love to get 2 more Bounty dub? Because we're playing at RAS. This RAS, I remember it was in the week, and my RAS was like the Friday. I was like, Bulby, tell Bounty we need some dub. And Bulby said, yo, and talk to him. And then Killer now come reason with me, and like it was just so, and I don't know if people remember this. Bounty, in those days, to approach Bounty, wasn't easy.
Boss.
Them days, trust me, Bounty alone, how him look, him at Jazzwad. It's the other day, I tell Jazzwad, you know. I said, Jazzwad, you know, one of the first times me meet you, I thought you was a murderer, you know. But just say it to him the other day. Because Jazzwad used to be like,
yeah. I
see Killer come out and you're like, 50 man move yourself. If Killer step yourself, 50 man step. They're like, yo. So in those days, we're like, this is crazy. This is the, you know, we never used to that kind of, you know, but Killer the star. And like really, and to see Killer and we hold a reasoning. You know, at the tone them time there was like Killer not approachable. And we got a different side of Killer because we got embraced. Like, you know, so humble, and I say, yo, what am I say about Killer? I don't Killer this.
You got to remember, you guys came in with this extraordinary talent, and it seems like from back then he understood and seen talent and respected talent. So then you approached him with this thing here already.
Right. But it was more like, I went to be honest with you, that day I felt like I knew him years.
Yeah.
Because he was so, you know.
It was just a real good vibes.
Killer, a real general, long time. Not now. Killer is a real general. So, you know, we did it, and then, you know, the mention of dubs come up and rave the dance Friday. Now at this time, Killer was at the studio. He just recorded the song with him and Fugees. And who else to bust that? You understand?
Then these kids that's doing this thing already.
Who else to bust it? Big Dance Friday, RAS. So he gave us, he was doing his album, his first.
I think that was the My Experience album.
Yeah, the first big album, yeah.
The double album there.
Right. So Fugees, Bounty, just recording, and Bounty, Junior Reid, and Busta Rhyme changed like the weather, just record too. And I would never forget them that. Bounty said, put them and give them the dot. Give them a cut off of the dot. And we got them 2 tunes, bro. Plus dubs. X amount of dub when I say, yo, Elephant Man jump in them now, ever scare them. Renaissance don't care for you, are you? fed up with him. All of those dubs were cut fed up. And I say, yo, that was one of the happiest days. Just, you know?
I could imagine how you floated out of the studio after this, what had just taken place.
We don't know what just happened. And then, funny, this is a joke, Elephant Man and me always run. So meeting Elephant for the first time there, you know, when Elephant voiced the dub now, because like at that time, bounty voicing, so everybody, which sound this? Elephant Man call me around one corner. Yeah, how much money you have? Yeah, how much money, how much money you have? So, so we know I say.
You thought it was a thing?
No, wait. Yeah, my youth have the vice to dub them for that. I said, Jano, I told her that. So me now got the Bulby and I said, Bulby, the Elephant Man, money. He said, well, no, man. Yo, and Killer now come round. Yo, Ellie come, everything good, man. Everything good. And I tell you, Elephant Man got so close to us too. It's like it just become family.
This was part of when the Uptown was really running the scene. This is where the artists were and all the production. But again, this is a little later on in the story.
Yeah. So that was 95, the best year of Renaissance.
Yeah, 95.
In terms of getting the foundation rolling, right? And so yeah, that was a great scenario there. And then Beanie Man now. Beanie Man is a whole nother story now. You know, it just happened that at one of the dances, at one of the parties, Beanie used to, I think he was with Carlene at the time, I think so.
If you're saying dance hall queenish time around there, that's the scene.
Yeah. If I can remember clearly. Avery now and Carlene was like good friends. Yeah, two of them was like good friends. So our Beanie Man name came from that link.
Avery is very important in this.
Yeah, no,
the foundation.
Avery is very important in the foundation. She is the foundation. Everybody knows Avery. A lot of people don't know that, you know, she is the original, you know. But yeah, man, Avery very important. So she and Carlene was real close. And Beanie Man, when Beanie Man start to link too. And it just, you know, and then Spragga and Beanie was close and everybody. So Spragga used to bring everybody to we. Spragga was, at one point, Spragga was Renaissance dub cutter.
Wait, you say he was the link to the links?
He was the link to everything. Spragga Benz is Renaissance foundation too. As I said, Avery and Spragga Benz. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Carlos Grant, man. Very, 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 very influential. And with Renaissance progress in every way.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, and the thing with Spragga, you know, is Spragga is not just a artist to us. It's not a music artist. It's not just an artist to us. He's an actual friend. Like, Spragga is my brother.
Yeah.
Like, friend. You know, so when it comes to music, we deal with music and but we have a friendship too, like a real. So, he would look out for us in every way, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it was that. So that was the main transition of how everything started. And
from there. So then, even if you're saying there's a name you brought up, Beer Vibe, because remember, RAS. Okay, well, it's RAS, but the real name of the dance is Beer Vibes. I think it's RAS Promotion.
It became Beer Vibes after him.
So it wasn't RAS, R-A-S Promotion?
It was always RAS, but Beer Vibes came long after.
Long after?
Long after. It was not Beer Vibes came in when Red Stripes started to sponsor it.
Got you. Because I know about the RAS, the Overloadeds, the Great Adventures, the Fully Loaded.
Right. Those started like 98, 99. You understand?
And this is when you guys are really revving this time. But even before we get to the, because there's still a Stonelove path that we need to go down. But before that, when I was introduced to Renaissance, I was introduced to Dutty Cup at the same time too.
Yeah.
Because you guys were the one playing these guys. Who are these guys? Sean Paul? These
Right.
man. How was the link with now Dutty Cup?
So now, after that 95 era, transition, Renaissance is now. So go to 96, 97 now. Sean Paul. All right. Before Sean Paul, we artists used to, well, rest in peace, Mr. Chicken. Always family, yeah. Mr. Chicken was a part of Renaissance as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Sandy Park, Chicken is from. So Chicken was a protector to Avery. Like, he would make sure Avery's good. Chicken used to sell roses at the stoplight. Yeah.
Chicken?
Mr. Chicken, yeah. He used to sell roses at the stoplight. And then right at Lady Musgrave stoplight. And Renaissance base was Lady Musgrave. That's Avery's house. That was the base. It was right there. So if you know where TJ Friday is now, which that just come about, right at that stoplight, that's where Chicken used to sell roses and stuff. And then him used to just come across, make sure Avery good and, you know. So Sean Paul now was going to school at the time, and him used to come. Well, I don't remember if it's school. No, that was Assassin. No. Well, like Sean, yeah, Sean was going Prairie, I think, or one of them. I don't remember which school. But Sean used to come to the studio, and I remember when Dre said, "Yo, the youth have a super cat vibes, you know, bad, you know," and then listening to him. This is before Jeremy Hardin and all of that, you know. This is like 96.
Yeah.
So we had another dance. As I tell you, the Fed Up rhythm was our dub juggling rhythm and and remix with the remix and stuff in the 96. Shano came and did us, like, you know, him want the bus. You know? Yeah, it was in school uniform, I think. Yeah, if I can remember, I don't remember clearly, but yeah. But Sean came and did a couple of dubs there, and we're like, yo, that youth are bad. You see, man, and then I don't. Dre could tell you the detail who brought him over and thing, but Sean was always follow us, like, you know, him know the thing. Sean Paul know the thing.
It makes sense. Uptown song, Uptown artist trying to do
yeah. So him do a true name. Go make a bust a black backer with the red pan the top. A Guinness we a drink and we just not stop. We love the Renaissance vibe, you know we can't stop. And Fed Up. I say, fling up on the hand in the air. Right? And that song, we decided to rev hole in that song like, this is our DJ now, Uptown representative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So me, Dre, Delano, all of we say, yo, that song here we are push now. This are the youth are bad.
Sean Paul.
Yeah, man. And we got it was the same RAS.
Yeah.
We played the remix, we played the bounty dub them and Fed Up rhythm, go on hard. Same way. And when we drop, we just bust a black back with the red pan the top. A Guinness we are drink and we just forward.
Yeah.
Forward. So that people think it was Super Cat. I said, nah. Yeah, and then everybody started asking, who do that tune there? Because we put it like, you know, the cassette, them come out and we buy like, yo, who that tune there? Tune that bad, bust the black back with the rep. I said, yeah, man, like an artist named Sean Paul, man. Yeah, man. And then, actually, after that, Sean went and voiced it for some production.
Okay, so it was a dub first that people were hearing before it actually came out on a 45
our dub
at that
plate.
time.
It's our Renaissance dub plate. Guinness, but Sean Paul, a Renaissance dub plate. Bust that. You know what I mean? And then we and Sean just start link from this now. So that's where now Sean get confident now. Him seeing it a bust the dance them when we play it. And then Sean now diverse now into building him crew, him like a Dutty Cup Crew, you know? He had Javan, which is Kid Corrupt. Yeah, because whenever we used to call him Kid Corrupt, you know, it's Javan.
You're the second Esco from left side of Esco. That's the same name he calls him, Javan.
Javan, yeah, that we used to call him. And that we know him as.
Yeah.
Javan Rodney.
Yeah.
You understand? And then Javan was built with writer BT, Barbican Terrace. Right? And then you had Lugaman now, who is son of the Third World. Yeah. Lugaman's father is on Third World.
What?
Yep. He's a Lugaman's father and Arif Cooper's father, Ibo. You know, and then Shia Core's father.
Yes, Cat Core.
Right. So that little crew, Shia, Luga, you know, it was like a whole uptown clique. I don't know if I explain it, but yeah. So yeah, and then, so Luga man, then you had Daddy Gun now. Daddy Gun now, who was the leader for Dutty Cup, really.
He was really the leader.
He was really the leader. Sean ended up, because how you heard go now, Daddy Gun from Sunday Park, right? With Mr. Chicken.
Yes.
Right? And then now, Sean now, with this Guinness song, I blew up the place now. And so Sean was linking with Daddy Gun in them young days too. So Daddy Gun now is really the leader for Dutty Cup. With him bringing Sean, and then, you know, the whole movement are going, you know, little uptown vibe, Daddy Gun and them going up studio and record, you know, and stuff. And Dutty Cup became the thing. Yeah, man. And then Jeremy Harding now, dropping with Fearless Rhythm. I said, baby girl, don't cry no more. And then all of that happening, Jeremy's brother had a song named Syndicate with Arif and him. And, you know, it's just a whole lot. So the whole movement was like all of us was one, you know?
One link. Jeremy's producing. You guys are the song.
Right.
Sean Paul has the crew. So it all made a cohesive sense.
And then a baby sound crew building up too at the same time, named Copper Shot. Yes. You understand? Like Mr. Sean, they were like the young guns in them time, silently, you know? So we all one thing grow up, you know? It's always had long. This is a, because even one at a time, anyway, we don't even reach that side, but yeah.
Okay, that's the building a Dutty Cup. As I said,
so
I was introduced to Dutty Cup via Renaissance.
Yeah, man. Dutty Cup was the clique, you know? And then you had Jeremy, as I said, Jeremy started producing the Fearless Rhythm and Billa Studio right up Jackshill.
He was the first one. He was the OG
to that
uptown studio there.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Right? Mark, you know, you had Blake them up at Mona.
Okay.
Peter Blake them and thing up Mona, but it wasn't that kind of thing. This was a clique now. You know, the Dutty Cup and uptown clique. So that's where now we started to voice all our dubs up at Jeremy.
That's where it all started.
That's where most of the dubs, because we now used to bring the artists them up to Jeremy now, and then they would record for Jeremy. Because at this point now, every artist want to get into the uptown scene, you know? Because hearing Renaissance playing all these bounties, and they're like, yo, which song is? Because I remember Bounty, I did G, you know?
And he would be more associated with a 4x4
Yeah, man.
Hardcore
them,
sounds from somewhere
right.
else.
So
Yes,
who is
man.
this uptown sound that play so
On
much
some
bounty?
different beats and
Yeah,
reggae,
yeah,
man.
pan different bounty pan hip hop, pan rake one, rhythm man, bounty pan, mob deep. Who is this?
Yeah.
So that was it, the thing. So with that said now, and as I said, Spragga, from beginning, I always be like, yo, yeah man, at the crew, you know what I mean? So Spragga, so everybody used to come up to Jeremy, Cabra, Riri, you name it. And that's where, up there so now is where Vegas bus. Because, I can tell you this, you remember, Jeremy, after Fearless with him, Daddy Gun had passed. Daddy Gun passed away.
Right after Fearless?
No, after Playground.
Yeah.
Playground with him. When Daddy Gun passed a little bit before Damon Marley album Half a Tree, I think. Yeah.
So Sean Paul didn't get the super break before Daddy Gun had passed.
No, it's after Daddy Gun passed.
It's when he got the super lift up.
Yeah. If I remember clearly, Daddy Gun passed was 98. I don't remember clearly. I'm not quite 100%, but I remember. I know I have like crazy Daddy Gun dubs on Playground and Fearless with him, and the whole Dutty Cup, So it's like that spur of the moment where Jeremy Harding's studio was the place for, and then moving along Dan Youth now, still in that clique with Spragga, and so the whole away is
one link.
Right. Dan Youth now, bringing Vegas. I don't know where meet this brother. I don't know what kind of link them did have or what. But Dan Youth started a label called Golden Child.
Golden Child, yeah.
Right. And him bring Vegas and set away say, yo, Jazzy T, you need for bust a youth, You understand? For bust a youth. So Vegas now get introduced to him and him voice on German with him, Nike. That was his first song with us, with the clique was Dan Youth label. And Dan Youth first bring Vegas too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It was that singing where Dan Youth was DJing and he was singing.
Yeah. And then now, so in Vice Nike, and I remember that youth that was bad. So at that time now, I had a Nissan Sunny, soup up with a big sound in there. Big sound, brand new. Them time there, Sunny the loud muffler, big sound and sticker all over it. It was the sexy car.
Yeah.
Me and Dr. Dre, we had similar, two identical cars, me and Dre. And then I remember me and Vegas in the car were driving past my old school, Arden. And Arden girl them say, yo, turn up Nike loud. I went bram, 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 bram. Loud. And then you see the girl them dancing. I say, yo, you see it?
God.
Song gone, And that's one moment with Vegas I'm not gonna forget. Like, we drive all about and just play it loud. Cause my car system was crazy.
Remember, but that was a thing those times where you wanted the loudest thing in your car.
Yeah, man. Clean, loud, everything. And it's Dre. It's Dre installed the sound.
Okay.
Yeah, man, because Dre was the technician. Remember Renaissance had a little boxes too, You see, we pass all that and don't even get to the boxes part. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, Dre was the technician.
So he was the MC and the technician.
Yeah, man. When we do the little part of them,
yeah,
Dre would string up the song. Because we had not much boxes. We just had some little scoops and rare. And then, so Dre was the technician. So Dre string up all of us car sound. We just buy the equipment in Miami. Because this time now we travel too.
Yeah.
And we just come back and Dre set up everything. And Craig Lou did the upholstery and Derek did the bumper, silicone. Set up my life, race car style. Yeah. So, you know, it was, them days it was the vibe. So Jeremy Harding's studio, top thing, man.
He has a studio, you have the sound, Dutty Cup is the artist, Sean Paul is bringing it. So a lot of stuff is happening. But where I want to go back now is to Stonelove. Because remember, Stonelove is the one that brought you the House of Leo, sent you guys to the world and stuff. You guys were playing nuff.
Holy.
And then one time, it just stopped. What led up to that? How you guys were playing so much, and then why did it just stop that time there?
All right. So basically, so as I just mentioned, we had our sound system, right? It wasn't a sound system. It was called a disco. It was just a couple like a scoop and used to just play.
Something that you could play, but nothing where you're going to go.
Set up and Ray, as I said, Dre used to set up. So every time we'd play with Stonelove, we would actually play on Stonelove sound, right? And stuff like that for crazy time, enough time, everywhere we're playing on Stonelove. Because Renaissance Stonelove up to 99 was like family, like, yo.
Yeah, boss.
Yeah, we would play everywhere. What ended up happened was, and I think it's the first time I ever got talk about this, right? We Skeng in Mandeville, Skeng Dang had a dance, right? At this point, this was like 99 now. But prior to that, we realized that, you know what? Cause we're now making money. We're getting a lot of dates. We're going overseas. We realized that we eventually have to go build a sound system.
You have to reinvest. The dubs are cool, but I need to reinvest in a system.
Right. So we realized that we have to have a sound system now. So slowly, we started getting, in some stuff on it. Slowly, but not out there. What happened was now, like, enough time we in Stonelove play, when it's our time, the sound go low or something go wrong with it, something. But, at the time is Stonelove at the general, so it's no vibe or nothing. It's just, something, we work with it, whatever. And then, it just got away now. It got too obvious still.
Yeah. First time, okay, 1 and 2, okay.
People, it reached a point now where, our crews now, our people who follow we start saying, yo, cause we'd be playing and mashing up the place now. But when it's Stonelove time now,
well, Stonelove.
Nothing is wrong with that, because you have to, you know what I mean? Because imagine this sound coming on your sound every time and I mash up the place or some different way, big, you know what I mean?
I call it the new guy treatment. Everybody has to get the new guy treatment.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? We're gonna welcome you, but we gotta rough you up to see if you really.
You have to get rough up, and as I say, for ever give thanks to Stonelove for
100%.
What do you mean? Stonelove make that, make we get stronger, and you know what I'm saying. So, there's nothing that can happen between we and Stonelove up to this day. We had differences and we had stuff, yes, but it still have to fix, because at the end of the day, Stonelove is who brought us in and rough we up to, and it's like my son. I don't want him to be like, we were brought up, because it's new generation, but him still have to get the rough up.
You still got to get the new guy treatment,
right? So,
yes, man.
So like, but it became very obvious at a point now where it start spreading, not from we, but people start saying, yo.
People could, on the outsider, started to notice
outside, right,
what's going on.
So when it hit the fan now was, And I'll never forget this. As I said, it's the first I probably mentioned this anywhere. We had a dance for, I think it was Kengdan in Mandeville, right? And we were going to rent a sound. Because as I said, prior to that, this thing getting... So we were going to rent Crystal.
Babsy and Al.
Yeah, Babsy, yeah, we was going to rent Crystal to go down there. But I think they were booked or something. Something happened and we ended up having to say, yo, I forgot to play on Stonelove. You know, whatever. So anyway, we're down there now and, you know, and it was so crazy because when we were playing on actually one low mid and one high, one tweeter. It was that bad. Like, that's when it hit the fan because it was going around that Weepo have it out for us for something I'm not sure what happened. So that happened but Weepo was not that dance. Weepo wasn't there. It was the engineer and we said, yo, engineer name Winston. I said, Winston, what? Hold on, he might fix something, and, you know, really. No disrespect, you know, just. But why when we are playing now, this happen? And, you know, and it was just, so the whole round was a flop because of that. So we accepted that and we just said, all right, cool, this is it. That's it, we're done. That's it. Me personally said it, like, yo, I'm not playing on Stonelove no more. This don't make no sense, you know? And then, so that happened, and so that's when it actually stopped. We stopped playing, because if we're to play with Stonelove, and then Weepo say he wasn't playing with us either, and it was just a back and forth thing. And
did you guys have a clash before you guys stopped playing?
So let me tell you what happened. So remember now, this is the same dance in Mandeville. This was like 99 now, right? We after that dance, we said, you know what? We're not playing on Stonelove again. We're done with that area. So we linked up with Soul Symphony, Lyndon, and we start renting. I would say we was renting Crystal, I was renting, while getting in equipment for our sound, right?
You talking Soul Action, bro? Soul Action?
Soul who?
Soul Action, the song. Did the song come down from Canada?
Soul Symphony.
A different song, okay.
Yeah, different song, yeah. Symphony, that was Lyndon and Film Crew. And there was a dance. Yeah, so by that time now, we'd stopped playing Stonelove and, you know, bam. But we still had bookings together. So it was really hard to be like, we have to done. Anyway, long story short, sound bill, Mark Dragon, in a short period of time, you know. Renaissance sound ready, you know. Because remember I told you, prior to that, we know what was going to happen before. So Delano start little, add up. So Mark Dragon now came down and tuned the sound. And remember me tell you, it wasn't a big sound yet, you know. It never get big yet. It was just something to stand up with Stonelove. I don't know what Mark Dragon do, but salute. The liquor bit of equipment where we had was like monstrous. Anyway, so we had a dance in St. Mary now. So now fully loaded. You had the fully loaded and you had things. So we had a dance in St. Mary now. This is before fully loaded have stayed. I think this was fully loaded. Yeah, so when we stopped playing Stonelove, no, I said 99, it was like 98. Yeah, I'm skipping too much. Fully loaded now is we had a dance in St. Mary, you know, I think named Galena, right? That's where we bring the sound of down there. The sound of Dragon Tune, you know, Little Baby, you know. With Stonelove we're playing with.
Yeah.
It was me, Stonelove, Matterhorn.
Big dance.
Now, Matterhorn now. So in that diaspora time now, Friday, the Friday was RAS, the Saturday, St. Mary, and the Sunday Fully Loaded.
So it's 3 crazy things
Back to back. Right. So, we played, no. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Friday was RAS. Yeah, St. Mary, yeah. But I think that actual weekend, the St. Mary was the week before Saturday.
Got you.
But that exact week, like the Saturday, and then that week passed, RAS is the Friday, and then the Sunday. Right, that is there. Yeah, that is the right part of that particular weekend. So St. Mary the Saturday night now, we bring our sound and Matterhorn is playing on our sound. Yeah. Matterhorn is playing on our sound. So now it was Swamp King. I don't remember who else was on Stonelove the night. But that dance created the fire between me and Stonelove. And it's actually a fire where I couldn't hold back because knowing what we've been going through with even what happened at the Mandover thing, I kind of get rage of fire. You know, when them days...
Your cup boiled over.
Right, so we're playing and we're boasting about our sound now, like, yo, Ray. And that night, Swamp King made a comment where we got into it. We just end up start clash Stonelove now, like, yo, remember, you know, we have big bad dub to, you know, and we have Wally Killer and we have any bounty you have, me have it too. So don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? So as them say, the boy becomes man, but still not disrespecting the leader who is Weepo, you know? But look at Swamp King now, you get discipline. You understand? And then Matterhorn now come and I don't know, Matterhorn end up joint side with we now and start to get on Stonelove now. I said, oh, I Billy Slaughter there. Anyway, it was just a whole, it was just getting real crazy tossing up and, you know? And then, so we end up deal with Swamp King case that night. They're like, yo, sit down, little boy.
I remember that clash, bro. I remember.
Yeah, man, because it's an overboiling thing where, yo, me just never have it no more. Cause, yo, you have dub, we have dub too. We feel like, you understand what I'm telling you?
Anything right
now. Right now, anything. Worse, that them something that we have with sound now. Really, you know, them kind of weird.
So your chest is big right now. I have myself and I got dub.
Yeah, like, bro, tired of that now. Yo, Ray. So anyway, you know, RAS, the Friday, we bring the sound now. And I will never forget, this RAS was like the RAS where, yo, no stage or nothing yet, you know, sound.
Not at this time.
It became beer vibes when it turned stage.
Got you.
Right. This is RAS. And the sound is ground. Bam, string up, Stonelove, string up. And then from early, I told Joe Buck, that's our maintenance crew, bass guy, them have a handful of dubs. Give them that. And I say, listen, you play these dubs even when you string up the sound and tune it. Dub plate straight. You understand? Yeah, straight dub plate. Cause remember, you know, we've been getting dubs. Me a dub collector. Me and Dr. Dre, we collect dub.
And at this time, your top farm them time at 98, 99?
Right, because from the whole Bounty thing, when we 95, when we meet Bounty, it's like, we say, yo, this dub thing nice, you know. And we're getting dubs in, Well, have Dennis Brown, you know. and can't lose them because the plates got damaged. Yeah. Garnet Silk, same thing. We had 2 Garnet Silk. I have one that can still play. Yeah. Kinda, yeah. But yeah. So all of this now happening. So I tell them, say, yo, play straight dub, just going through it. And them do that. And when we reach at the dance now, we come with the killing stash.
Yeah.
Cause this is RAS now, you know.
Yeah.
So we pull up in that, you know. Remember now what happened the Saturday night. So the heat is on. So we roll deep. Anyway, so we play and boom, you know, Bunks early tuners. Then Stonelove come, you know. Nico Bam Bam.
Listen, Bam Bam's a warrior still, you know.
Hold on, man. So them send Bam Bam. Them send him.
Yeah.
Come there. So when me see him now, I say, yeah, man, I war this now, you know.
100%.
We not joke with people now. This is a war now. Because when me see Nico Bam Bam, me and Nico are bridging, you know. But him getting in one mode where, yeah, man. So anyway, you know, when we see Bam Bam, we say, yes, it's on. But we're ready, you know.
Yeah.
Because Studa where I left from, come there, you know. When I tell Joe Buck, say, listen, you're playing pure dub. I give you the early dub, then play everything dub. And we come with the killing stash. Bam. Reach now, Stonelove play. Nico Bam Bam come in now and start play. Call we in. Nice, you know. Because remember at the same time, it's a party.
Yeah.
In the same breath. So you don't want, you know. So we come in now and we start play and the sound a beat, you know. And we start playing, you know, regular boom boom juggling. Matterhorn as usual reach late. You know, him at the star.
Yeah.
But anyway, after that round, Matterhorn came in and start MC with us. Just like an early vibe. Him not start play his thing yet.
It almost looks like you guys were forming almost a small alliance.
Yes, that's what was happening. It was farming and we never realized it was farming. It was Renaissance, Matterhorn, Adonai. It was farming, not even realizing it was farming. Because Stonelove was against everything. Which he have to defend for him turf.
When you're the big man, you have to do certain things to keep your position.
So it was Travelers, Renaissance, Adonai, Matterhorn building this. So Stonelove against everybody now. So anyway, that same Rassina, man. Tell him, man, like when Matterhorn was emceeing first and Ray. And then we done playing now. Remember, you know, Matterhorn don't start play yet, you know. He just arrived and he was just emceeing, toasting, Ray. And Matterhorn must have said, yo, it's going to get wicked later. Wait, yo, Ray. Me know what happened last week, you know, because me do it. So me say, anything, you know, Matterhorn, ready, you know. And Ray. So after that whole round, them think we did plan that, which we didn't plan it. It was just Matterhorn came in and I'm juggling some tunes with Dub and Ray and Matterhorn making his speeches. Calling Stonelove now. Here comes Nico Bam Bam. Yo, what going over there, sir? Ray and oh. So now the crowd is now into this now, like, what's going on? Like, all right. So we come off of the ledge and sit down, and Nico was going all out, killing, even play one song about everybody. When Matterhorn done eat a food, when something like that, them smoke at Matterhorn, and then him eat a oxtail, and then him drink a Pepsi, and then this or something like that. Some dub like that him drop. All right. It mash up the place. But him seem to forget, say, me have Bounty and Baby Sham combination them time there. When the Bounty and Baby Sham and plus Champa Mabdi brand new, If I were you, I bring tell them that's not clever, right? Them tune them not unleash out the box yet. Anyway, so him a play. Realize that him gone over an hour now. So I said, yo, time, bro, time. Him I say, oh, man, I have to wait till them turn. And we name Stonelove.
Yeah.
Uptown you there, no youth.
Because now you're in my...
Our turf this, brother. What you do? So, you know the Richter scale. All right. So me just put on my first record, I'm just turn on my mic. I say, you know, stop. I'm still a player. I'm just say, you know what? Richter scale for your blood clot. Richter scale right through till him end up stop and say, yo, what that? What that for? I'm just stand up there and say, yo. And even the crowd is seeing what's going on, like, yo, time, man. And I'm going to stop the Richter scale. Weepo flies over now. Yo, just press that. And one of his boxman, one of Stonelove boxman said, yo, see him there? Yeah. And, you know, it was just a situation where it happened. You know, we can't even say what happened, but it got nasty. And the dance done.
Hold on, the dance done?
Dance done after that.
Yo.
The dance done. Like, done. That RAS done. Done.
Renaissance come mash up my dance there?
No, it's not Renaissance mash up the dance. It's just the two of them mash up the dance. Because if Poe didn't come up, you know what I mean? Dance mash up after that, and then RAS promote. It was just a big thing. RAS promoters, and it was a big meeting of a call, and you know, bigger heads coming in now, and this has to stop between you and Stonelove and Ray. It got nasty, you know. But as I say, it's part of the journey that we loved. Even me and Weepo reason about this stuff. Like, we talk about all these things. Like, you remember when you see, you know? These are things we can laugh about now.
Oh, it's part of the process. This is why I like to have these conversations, boss. You understand? So this is something where we would sit down and look at this 30 years from now. Go back and look at it. You understand?
Yeah, man. So the thing now, that was Friday night. Remember now, this got real ugly and nasty, and
you still got Fully Loaded on the Sunday.
We have Fully Loaded Sunday now. So a whole heap of thing till Sharon Burke was saying she don't think she want this deer at her thing and da. I'm like, okay. But remember, Matterhorn is the face of Fully Loaded. Them time now. So anyway, Fully Loaded there now. So the Saturday now, we're playing somewhere, but not with Stonelove. And everybody was talking about what happened last night. And then so now Fully Loaded have a big hype for Sunday now, you know. Like, yo, this serious. So this Fully Load was the first Fully Load we're going to bring the sound now.
Okay.
Yeah. And Matterhorn vexed about Friday, you know, because him never get to play. Him never really get to play.
It's because dance mash up with you starting with you guys.
You understand? Vex. And then so him now coming with a vengeance now. And what me say now, Friday did so serious where even when the culprits leave the building, the maintenance man,
it was just the whole crew versus the whole crew from Boxman
straight down the line.
So everybody.
It was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. So it's like, so all of that past now, coming to Sunday now. So on reach and the heat still, the tension still there now, and but whole heap of call and make and whole heap of linkage and man, yo, some Dana for get involved, yo. You have to cut that out and do.
That's how heated it got.
What? All right. So, but, Sunday now. So me say, yo, Avery tell me she not making me go. You're not going. She not making me go. She Pepsi and Oxtail I go deal with that. So me say, all right, cool. But you know me end up I go. I go same way. I didn't give no trouble, but just go. And Pepsi and Oxtail are the most of the that and there. Cause me mad enough. So I say, yo, like Pepsi and them go and deal with it. But Matterhorn now, him outfit for what happened. So him now come on and when him was playing, Billy Slaughter was walking in. And the legendary speech Matterhorn made was on Renaissance Sound. Everybody have the cassette. What Billy Slaughter go like him come for shoot in an army suit? They go roll like a breadfruit. Yes. Yeah, they go roll like a breadfruit.
Yes.
That. Then now the war now became Matterhorn, Stonelove and
Renaissance.
So we now backing them. Where Ada and I we just in the mix. It's just a long story, man. It's just, but we give thanks, you know. We give thanks most. We're not gonna lie.
No, man, because those times there was Stinger. I think that might have been the same. Was that the same Fully Loaded with DMX? Or was that the one where Matterhorn bust
the DMX? No. Yeah, that's the one with Matterhorn bust the breakout. Because if you remember, yes, because Fully Loaded never have no stage yet.
There was no stage.
It was just a little stage. Small thing to bounty them could have get highlight while we play the rhythm. Yes, it was that same one.
Yeah.
So it was what, 98?
That was a 98 one, yeah. Like
yeah,
98 or 91, because they're so close
one
in
of them,
there. 98 or 99. Those,
yeah, one of them.
Matterhorn had just left Addy Z's time here now. He was
Matterhorn just left Addy Z's.
You know what I mean?
So he joined us to and build that, you know?
Yeah. No, so then, okay, all of this is going on. Remember, Dre is the big man. So where was the transition from Dr. Dre to now Jazzy T?
All right, so that transition started them times, you know, because of, remember Dre was a smooth man.
Yes.
Me's a madman.
You needed somebody that had more aggression in their voice.
Right. So I'm not really an MC at all, because if you notice me, like, in certain we enter clash and whatever, but I'm not that speech type of person. Like, I just deal with vibes.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? But that transition really happened because of promoters, right? I never ever liked to talk, but like even that time with the whole Swamp King thing and whatever, I had to defend, so I ended up start talking like, yo, it wasn't an MC thing, it was like, yo, just more talking. Like defending my thing, defending my sound, you know, and go back to my mixing. Dre and Oxtail were the two MCs. Dre and Oxtail, they were the two smooth MCs. Me and Pepsi was like the mixers and, you know, and Delano. But what started happening was overseas promoters, they eventually start finding it hard to buy 2 tickets and 2 hotels and just a few of them, you know? Because if you're flying with Delano, you have to bring Dre, right? That's 2 tickets.
That's the team.
Right. If you're flying with me, you have to bring Dre or Oxtail. Oxtail would more fly with me a lot them time.
So it's Delano and Dre, you and Oxtail.
Right. But me and Dre had a wicked chemistry too. Because when me and Dre link it, cause don't make Dre fool you, know. Him love the war thing, but he's just a smooth MC.
Man. He was the yes. Guy.
Yeah, he might you understand? Dr. Dre. So yeah. So what ended up happening was that with the promoters now, start buying about the tickets and it just end up happening that, I end up having to force myself to start MCing because now it's just like Dre. Dre end up having to start getting into the music part of things with the MC too.
That is true too.
Yeah.
I remember starting to see him do that.
Right. So it forced us to do that now because now we have 5 days overseas in one night. It's like, who can go this or we can go this or that, and dubs cutting at 1 times 5. So each double cut is 5 of a cut. Yeah. Same plate, same dub, cut 5 times for each person. And, it became an expense. Everything just started. So you find that we got forced. I got forced to really start MCing. I'm not an MC.
No, but I remember at first you were, especially the early Jazzy T's, you had the loud voice, and stuff like that. But you didn't have the Dr. Dre had the words.
Yeah.
You had
no words.
The hype, you know what I mean? The scream on the song and stuff. That was your thing there.
Yeah. Just like hype up the crowd a little bit, whatever. But I was never a speech person. I don't like to talk.
Yeah, that's not your...
No, that's even today, it's not my thing. I prefer, if I'm in a competition or in a class, my songs be talking. Me not like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's not your... You specialize in music, especially. You have a jazz background and all of these stuff. So you absorb music and play music in a different type of way.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I pre things that average won't pre.
Yeah.
And then when I drop it, it's like... Because simple things like intros, singing intros. I would love to say that, I'm not going to say we're the first, but we are like one of the first that created musical intros then, with Brian Tony Gold, and when you had like Unbended Knee, they're singing that like a real song. We have Nigel Staff playing keys over. Yeah, man. Yeah. Brian Tony Gold, all those intros. I swear. By the moon. Renaissance intros. Them kind of things was different, creative, different.
Definitely.
So, right.
It was that thing there. So, okay, you, Dr. Dre fell back a bit. You became more of an MC. You guys became a crew and stuff. As you said, you and Stonelove kicked off here. So then, how long was it before you guys actually connected and started to link back now?
It wasn't very long at all, 'cause as I say, the respect for Stonelove was always there, and and then now we have with sound, and so ever since we have with sound, Stonelove now was always welcome to come play on our sound. And years passed by, we get back together, and we started our thing in Asylum Club, our Sunday night, and Stonelove had Weddy. They started Weddy. This is now early 2000s now we're going into, and then we just did our own thing, and they still have Weddy. We kind of transition after other things, So yeah, it's just one of them.
It was a good vibe.
Yeah. It wasn't long after to build back, but the struggle was real, And even talking to Weepo, Stonelove went through it too. They didn't just come up so easy neither.
Yeah.
Stonelove went through it in the 80s.
Of course, you have to get the new guy treatment. Do you really want to be here? Is this what you're really about?
Right.
You understand?
Right. So I have to enough big up to Stonelove every time, Every single time. We went through it, and we're family up to this day. It's like a father.
With families, people have to argue, but that's how you know you're a real family. Can we argue and link back?
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? It's a link back. Say, okay, either I'm sorry or whatever the case is. It's
so crazy.
That's what it comes down to.
It's so crazy that we build back and we good back till even now. I'm doing the biggest 90s event in Florida. It's Dandy Shandy. Yeah. And we bring Stonelove, and
yeah,
that's the vibe. Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.